Mugello, for so many years synonymous with world motorcycle racing. And now in this bizarre year 2020, a bona fide Formula One Grand Prix circuit too. But did you know the original circuit dates back exactly 100 years to 1920? The original track had a one-lap distance of more than 66 kilometres and raced through the local towns up until its final race in 1970. Indeed, the lap record on the original circuit was just over 29 minutes, held by the great Arturo Merzario. The all-new circuit was built in 1974 and immediately started hosting the Mugello Grand Prix for Formula 2. But it was only now in this bizarre season that a genuine Formula One Grand Prix was held here for the first time, won by Lewis Hamilton. It is not a new circuit for us though, and we are back to race round 4 of the European F3 Championships this weekend. As we approach the halfway point of the season, it is shaping up as a two-way fight between Brazil's Jean-Luc Peterkoff and Monte Carlo's Arthur Leclerc. However, their Danish teammate Oliver Rasmussen is coming in hot after a win at the previous round in Austria. Also back with the KIC Motorsport team is Red Bull Junior Juri Vips. Also on today's program, we check out all the action from the world's most competitive junior motorsport category, the Italian F4 Championship powered by Arbath. Welcome to the rolling hills of Tuscany, host venue for the 4th round of the FIA Formula Regional European Championships. This incredible driver's eye view is exactly what Oliver Rasmussen sees as he drives his number 6 Prema car around the Mugello circuit. The skies were dark, the rain was falling, albeit only lightly, as qualifying got underway for the 4th round of the championship. The two title contenders, Peterkoff and Leclerc, set the initial pace until the KIC Motorsport team of Pasma, Lapalainen and Juri Vips responded, the Estonian going P1. The session was then interrupted when Andrea Cola in the newly coloured 99 Monolight car found the gravel, but the session was stopped with a red flag with 4 minutes to go when Emilio Pesce left the track in the 41 DR Formula car. When the session resumed, the drivers had one out lap and then one flying lap to try and take pole. Vips, with a 2-minute dead, looked destined to take pole position until Oliver Rasmussen, on his final flying lap, went just 0.03 of a second faster to go P1 and start race 1 from pole. Vip's second, Lapalainen an excellent third from Leclerc, Petikov, Pasma and the Van Amersfoort racing cars of Chauvet and Famolaro. The track remained wet for qualifying 2, even if the rain had eased off, and the times were some 3 seconds a lap faster than Q1, albeit still considerably slower than a dry track. Leclerc set the initial quick time, and the driver from Monaco would not be beaten to pole for race 2, holding off his teammates Rasmussen and Petikov. Lapalainen fourth from his teammate Pasma, while Vips could not get a clean lap, and after going so close to pole for race 1, will have to start back on grid 9 for race 2. Bad luck again plagued Gillian Henry on, who broke fourth gear in the 33 car and would not set a time in qualifying, although he was going to make up for it in spectacular fashion later in the weekend. At the halfway point of the Italian F4 Championship, it is the Sicilian Gabriele Mini who arrives at Mugello with the series lead over the Roman Francesco Pizzi. But all eyes were on the series debutants Vittorio Catino, Francesco Braschi, and WSK Karting Champions Cup winner Taylor Barnard from England, and Lorenzo Patrese, son of 6-time F1 Grand Prix race winner Riccardo Patrese. 29 cars for qualifying on a still dry track but under threatening skies. A race winner at both Misano and Imola, Andrea Rosso made up for a forgettable weekend at the last round in Austria, taking pole position for race 1. Gabriele Bortoleto taking pole for both races 2 and 3. By the time we were ready to race later in the day, it had rained and the track was absolutely drenched. In a determined mode, Rosso got away from the start. He disappeared into the spray to take his third victory of the season from Bortoleto and Philippe Ugran, who was back on the podium after skipping the previous race in Austria. It was still raining for race 2 as Gabriele and Gabriele fought for the lead. Mini and Bortoleto, along with their teammate Dino Beganovic, right behind in third. Andrea Mr. Red Rosso was right among the red cars, but was given a 10-second penalty for an incorrect start, which meant although he finished third on the track, was classified behind the Prema drivers who finished 1, 2, 3, Bortoleto taking his first ever win in the series. The track had finally dried for race 3, but there was still very little grip, as Ugran discovered when he went spearing off in turn 1 with an overambitious move at the start. Again, Mini and Bortoleto fought for the lead, Mini ultimately able to pull a small gap on Bortoleto, whilst just behind, Rosso led a fabulous fight between himself, Crawford, Edgar and Pizzi, who had come storming through from grid 18 into 6th place. Incredibly, the Red Bull Juniors, Johnny and Jack, came together. Crawford losing a front wing immediately, Edgar with a puncher, ruining both the Red Bull Juniors races. Lorenzo Patrese's debut weekend ended in the wall in a crash with Han Sanyu, the Chinese driver immediately racing over to check that his former Kart Republic teammate was okay. Mini took the race 3 win, and with that the series lead, 75 points now ahead of Rosso, heading into the next round of the series at Monza. For the first time in the series' 7-year history, an Italian driver finally looks like claiming their national championship. So the rain has really come down now as we get ready to race For the first time this weekend behind the safety car, it's a rolling start, the safety car into pit lane, and Rasmussen leads them down the straight through the spray for the first time. Yuri, that's him in second place. What a sight. This is, can they see anything? We can hardly see. Watching on trackside here at Mugello. So Yuri in second. That's Consta up into third place from Petikov, and Arthur Leclerc looking for a way by his teammate. He's done so. There's Arthur down the inside, trying to go through position 4 on Consta. Nicely done by the driver from Monte Carlo. He's now up into third place. Consta in fourth. His teammate, that's Yuri, over the back of Oliver Rasmussen. So it goes Prema, KIC, Prema, KIC, Prema, KIC once again as Yuri tries to take the lead. Around the outside, sideways on the exit. So close to going P1, now he's back to third. Yuri Vips has been passed by Leclerc. Leclerc, meanwhile, goes wheel to wheel with his teammate. Around the outside, goes through in Arrabbiata 1. Into first place is Leclerc. Already building up a nice advantage as Consta goes wheel to wheel with Jean-Luc Petikov. That's Pierre-Louis Chauvet in the background. The Van Amersfoort racing driver is right there as well. Vips fights back now, still wants to take the victory here this morning. Remember, he missed pole position by just 0.03 of a second. Lapalainen defending from Petikov. Chauvet goes out wide as the rain comes down here at Mugello. Petikov still cannot find a way by the fin. Nice close-up of Consta as he works the wheel. Chauvet in impressive form. He's quick in the wet. Is this 18-year-old from France? Around the outside, PLC in car 3 goes through and takes him. Nicely done by Chauvet. Yuri Vips was pushed back to third place. He gets the tow from Rasmussen down the straight. 230 plus k's an hour, even here in the rain. Up the rise they go side by side. That's Vips in car 4. He's on the outside, searching for grip as the track rises uphill. He holds on. Now the track turns left. Vips takes back second place. Rasmussen sits there in third. Remember, he did start on pole position. As you look at Emilio Pesce, car 41 goes round, coming onto the straight, the exit of turn 15. Can he keep it out of the gravel? The answer is no. It's a local yellow flag only at the dying stages of race 1. Arthur Leclerc takes the first victory of the weekend. Round 4 of the Formula Regional Euro Champs in atrocious conditions here in Tuscany. Yuri comes across the line in second place for KIC Motorsport. And Jean-Luc Petikov, the series leader, still just in third place. Race 2 here on a drying track, quite a sensation because down on the grid, as you look at Arthur Leclerc and the Pirelli wet tyres. However, half of the field have elected to gamble on the Pirelli slicks. This is Jamie Chadwick. Car 55, the Rodin team go to work. It's slicks for last year's W Series champion. Also for Andrea Cola, the Monolight racing team. They set off on the formation lap. So Chadwick, Cola, Henry on, and Lapalainen are on slicks, and that's the result. It is treacherous. Consta puts it in the wall. He's out before the start, which we have now. Leclerc leads the field away. It's a drying track here this morning. Look at Famalato in car 11 in the background. We're keeping one eye on the drivers on slick tyres. Famalato, he's on the wets. He goes down looking for the wet circuit as Leclerc leads down into turn 1. You're on board with Jean-Luc Petikov, still for the moment the series leader, also on wet tyres. Look at Leclerc, his teammate in front, fighting for grip. They go down the field, you can see there is certainly a dry line forming. There is Chauvet, car 3, just waiting for the circuit to come to him. So we're keeping an eye on the drivers on the slick tyres. It's 50-50 at the moment, but it is drying quickly. Look at Petikov looking for the moisture on the circuit. Chauvet gets the toe from Rasmussen, pulls out right side by side down the straight. Petikov looks for the water on the circuit. Chauvet looks for the dry track. 3 wide down into turn 1. Petikov puts it in the middle of the San Donato corner. Chauvet through into 3rd place. This is his teammate Alessandro Famolaro. The Pirelli wet tyres come off the Van Amersfoort racing team. Go to work. They're on slicks. There's Leclerc. Petikov around the outside goes Pierre-Louis Chauvet. Picks up another one. Well, for the moment, the right choice was definitely to start on the slick tyres. This is the move for the lead. Chauvet has gone through and takes position 1. Look at Henry on in the background. He's coming as well in car 33. Gillian, his 4th ever Formula 3 race. He's on the back of Oliver Rasmussen for the mighty Prema Power team. They'll pull into pit lane. Chauvet picks up 1, picks up 2. Chauvet goes through. He's in 2nd place. There's Petikov, car 10. Rasmussen right behind. Pirelli wets will come off and the slicks go on. Vips in the background, as is Pasma. It's rare enough to see Formula 3 ever make pit stops. It does happen, it is not common, and you're about to see it now. The Prema Power team, they virtually have to double stack. That's KIC in the background, they do likewise. Chauvet pulls away. He's on the slick tyre. The track has certainly come to him. The French drivers go 1-2. This is Arthur. He now pulls into the pits. On go the slicks. The track is drying rapidly. The wind is also picking up here at Mugello. Passman goes through. After that pit stop, Chauvet, he's out front. On the slick tyres, you're not going to believe this. Now, once again, it is raining. They have just stopped. There's Andrea Cola in the monolight racing car. Emilio Pesce in the background. The DR Formula team go to work. They just came in for the slick tyres. They've done 2 laps and now it's back to wets. Chauvet out front. Hold on to it, Pierre. Don't throw it away. He's got the lead. He's got an enormous lead. Brilliant tactics from Van Amersfoort Racing. As you look at Yuri sideways on the exit, he holds on to it. Jean-Luc goes in deep. Takes his teammate, goes too deep. He's off, he's in the gravel. Jean-Luc just keeps it on the island. Now Pierre-Louis Chauvet, he changes back to Pirelli wets. A sensation here in race 2. Arthur in the box. Two pit stops in 3 laps for the Prema Power team drivers. Indeed, for half the field. Two pit stops in 3 laps. Chauvet, he's out front. His lead is 29 seconds. This is on board with the Roman Andrea Cola. Down into turn 15, goes around, skates off the circuit, does Cola. And that brings out the safety car. Oh, well, this is disastrous for Chauvet as the rain comes down. Take a look at this. You can't blame Andrea. Treacherous conditions. That lead of over half a minute from Chauvet has evaporated. Disregard Pasma in 2nd on the road. He's a lap down. Henry on, incredibly, is in 2nd place. It's a sprint to the finish in the rain. There's Jamie, she's in 3rd. She has to fight though. That's Yuri Vips right behind her. Gillian goes through. Arthur's on the charge though. A full wet setup in car 14 goes down the inside and takes the reigning W Series champion from 2019. Arthur now up into 3rd. He's been gifted this, but he's doing the job behind the wheel as well. Pasma in front. He's a lap car down. He's holding up the driver from Monte Carlo. Henry on, trying to stay on the podium. Look at the sky at the top of your screen if you can. Incredibly, the rain has stopped. It won't dry out as Leclerc finally goes through. By Pasma, he's a lap down. There's Chauvet trying to take the victory here this morning. Jean-Luc Petikov also charging up through the field. Arthur Leclerc almost throws it off the road. Chasing down Pierre-Louis Chauvet. He's got a full wet setup, a semi-wet setup for Chauvet. Around the outside, can you believe this race? Arthur has gone through. This is heartbreaking for Chauvet. He did all the hard work. That lead evaporated by the safety car, but Arthur has got car 14 absolutely hooked up. He comes across the line, the sun comes out to shine. Leclerc wins an amazing Formula 3 race with 2 pit stops here at Mugello. Chauvet just brilliant across the line in second place. Petikov is third, and Julien Henrion misses the podium. But the young Frenchman, that's a moral victory, comes home in fourth place. So the track has finally dried for race 3 here this afternoon. As you look at the Ferrari Academy junior driver, Arthur Leclerc, car 14, the left of your screen, has now got the series lead coming into the final race of the weekend, having taken that from his teammate on screen, Jean-Luc Petikov. We race. Wheel spin massive from Petikov. Look at Famolaro darting left and right in the background as Pasma is immediately in front of him. They race down up into turn 1, does rise uphill as Arthur Leclerc and Jean-Luc Petikov go side by side. That's Rasmussen around the outside. And now they climb the highest part of the circuit, the opening lap of the race for the final time here this weekend. There's Lapalainen, eager to make up for that race 2 error, where he put it in the wall on the formation lap. Slick tyres on a greasy track. They're all on slicks here this afternoon. There's Petikov, he's taken the lead from Rasmussen. Leclerc around the outside, Prema Power Team, go wheel to wheel. The red and white cars from Vicenza in the north of Italy. Lapalainen dives down the inside, tries to split them as Chauvet and Famolaro for the Van Amersfoort Racing Team. There's Rasmussen around the outside. Jean-Luc puts car 10 in the middle of the circuit. Rasmussen stays with. Rasmussen runs off the circuit. The Dane out in the grass loses the lead. He'll lose second place in a moment as well. There's Lapalainen right behind. We go back to the battle for the lead. Arthur around the outside. Again, Jean-Luc goes defensive. Arthur simply cuts back. He's got car 14 hooked up. Side by side, Leclerc on the outside. That becomes the inside. And car 14 goes through, takes P1 as Jean-Luc runs off the road. Tries to stay with, they almost touch. Petikov cuts back around the outside. Leclerc has got position 1 and now starts to pull away. Famolaro, car 11 from Venezuela. Pierre-Louis Chauvet, car 3. The Travel Planet Van Amersfoort racing car. They go through the S's, the dying stages of the race here this afternoon. Emilio Pesce, good performance from him. He goes wheel to wheel with Julien Henrion. The young French and Italian drivers, respectively, their 4th ever Formula 3 race, entertaining us here this afternoon. Henrion takes the place. Finally, once again, Yuri Vips pulls into pit lane for the second time, and this time it is final. These are his teammates. Patrick in car 5, Konsta Lapalainen 40 around the outside. There's grip on the high line. The circuit here at Mugello, ever so slightly cambered, that's where the grip is. After the rain has eased up, the dry line forms, not on the traditional racing line. Car 5 into position 4, Lapalainen back to 5th. This battle continues on between these two impressive young drivers as Julien runs off the road and Emilio picks up the place. And he will lead home the young Frenchman. Petkov runs off the road. Well, he had narrowed the gap down to 0.6 of a second, but any chance of taking victory this afternoon have gone as Arthur Leclerc comes across the line. 3 from 3. Petkov second, Rasmussen in third. Crown him King Arthur Leclerc. He dominates, he wins 3 in a row here at Mugello. 4 rounds raced, 4 rounds still to race as we pass the halfway point of the season. Arthur has taken over position 1 in the championship and now leads Gianluca by just 8 points with Oliver in third. A podium plus a consistent run through the weekend sees Pierre-Louis Chauvet move into 4th in the series, still within striking distance of the Prema Power Team drivers. The next round of the series will be held at the Cathedral of Speed, Monza, to the north of Milan in 2 weeks' time. We'll see you then.